EFCC. They don't take me to EFCC. Yeah, but we're in the same room with people that I never imagined will be. And I doubt what people can do for power. This underscores why I say we should not be misled, consumed by this excitement.
Yeah.
Because as they say in English, when the chips are down and it's time to do primaries, what kind of primaries is Atiku going to do with an Amaechi? You know how Atiku does primaries? Mercilessly. I remember those dollars flying. Well, we're in the same coalition, but in Port Harcourt, I remember the dollars flying. Remember, I'm with Atiku. Atiku, I'm with you. Please, if you're hearing me, we're in the same coalition. And then, what kind of primaries are they going to do? Am I going to deceive myself, okay, that all is going to be well in this ADC? The beginning of good governance if you run good primaries.
So
that was Dr. Datti Baba-Ahmed, the vice presidential candidate of the Labour Party in the 2023 presidential election, raising the alarm that Atiku does, as he put it, merciless primaries, and wondered how Peter Obi and Amaechi could be able to compete with Atiku Abubakar for the presidential ticket of the African Democratic Congress, ADC. What kind of primaries are they going to conduct in which Atiku is not going to have the upper hand? It is important that you understand where Dr. Datti Baba-Ahmed was coming from when he said that Atiku does merciless primaries. Merciless primaries. He said that he remembered those dollars flying. And you know that PDP primaries and the APC primaries are characterized by flying of dollars, the kind of which no sane country could tolerate. So he was asking, what is going to be the fate of Peter Obi? What is going to be the fate of Amaechi when the dollars start flying as it flew in Port Harcourt in 2019? Don't forget that Dr. Datti Baba-Ahmed was a presidential candidate, a presidential aspirant in PDP in 2019. At that time, he was one of the Northerners that contested for the presidential ticket because it was zoned to the north. It was the turn of the north because at that time, Muhammadu Buhari was already president. He was seeking for second term, and it was deemed necessary that since power has returned in the north, the PDP candidate must also be a northerner. It is similar to what we are having today. Okay? And that was why Datti Baba-Ahmed is concerned that Atiku is throwing himself into the ring. If you listen to the full interview, you will hear where he was talking about that no southerner contested for the PDP ticket in 2019. It was all a northern affair because it was assumed that it is important that after power has returned to the north in 2015, that the north continue to maintain this power until 2023. Okay, that they should continue to be in charge. So that was why there was no southern presidential candidate. It was all northern affairs. Despite that, he said that dollars were flying around in Port Harcourt. And with that dollar flying around, Atiku had an edge. And that was how Atiku emerged the presidential candidate of the People's Democratic Party. You can go and look at newspaper headlines of 2019 after the PDP primaries. You have such headlines as dollar rain as PDP primaries, as Atiku emerges PDP primary. Dollar rain. Even in the APC there was dollar rain. Okay, but that of PDP was much because already Buhari was the president. He doesn't need to give much dollar rain. There wouldn't have been much dollar rain, but the PDP. Also in APC, when they were coming in 2014, their primaries was also characterized with dollar rain. The one that Tinubu emerged in 2022 as their candidate, there was dollar rain. You can go and look at newspaper headlines of that time. So, given the tendency of dollar to rain in all these things, he is raising the alarm about the prospect of getting a good candidate that will work for the people. So he's asking, what kind of primaries are they going to do? So am I going to deceive myself that all is going to be well? No. And he said that he doubts what people can do for power. So we should not be misled by the excitement that there is a coalition. This coalition is going to be destroyed apparently by the kind of primaries that will be conducted. Okay? What kind of primary are they going to conduct? And he made an important point. He said the beginning of good governance is good primaries. The beginning of good governance is good primaries. And if you don't get the primaries right, if you dollarize the primaries, if the primaries can be dollarized, as in APC and PDP, if it is dollarized in ADC, Peter Obi and Amaechi does not stand a chance. Ask Amaechi, he will tell you he was out-dollared. The dollars had upper hand, and that was how he managed to came second in the primaries in APC in 2022. So what chance do Peter Obi and Atiku? And you know that Peter Obi and Amaechi have against Atiku Abubakar. And you know that Peter Obi know they give shishi. So which delegates will vote for Peter Obi? That is the danger. That is the danger in this coalition. And that's why it is safer to me for Peter Obi to find a political party. What he did with Labour, he can replicate it in any party. Because this country is looking for a savior. Now let us go and look at Atiku's capacity to emerge victorious, even amid dollar rain. Because Dele Momodu, who is a fan of Atiku Abubakar, in fact was the director of communication at Atiku Abubakar presidential campaign. You know, he has been campaigning. Even right now, he felt that Atiku Abubakar is the best thing since sliced bread for Nigeria. Okay, even though I find it difficult to distinguish between Atiku and Tinubu when it comes to so many issues in terms of integrity and all that. Now, Dele Momodu was on Arise TV. Dele Momodu alleged that during the 2022 primaries of the People's Democratic Party, in which he was a participant, he was a candidate, he said that his jaw dropped when he realized that Nyesom Wike allegedly paid $30,000 each to each delegate. That's what he alleged. and $30,000 to 774 delegates amounted to about $23.22 million. $23.22 million, allegedly. He said this was what Wike allegedly paid delegates to be emerge the presidential candidate of the PDP. So if Wike paid this amount, let us assume without considering that he paid this amount, okay, that Dele Momodu alleged. Then how much did Atiku Abubakar pay to be able to outdollar Nyesom Wike and emerge victorious? That must have been mind-boggling. Dele Momodu did not tell the world or Nigerians as he appeared on channels to reveal this. He didn't tell us. If Nyesom Wike was able to pay this much, how much did his principal, his Oga, Atiku pay to emerge? Because he must have upped the cap of Wike. Wike raised to 30. What did Atiku pay? That was where Dele Momodu fell in his intervention. He ought to have told us everything, but we can understand he was there to do a right of reply to Nyesom Wike, who had earlier took him to the cleaners, okay, about the coalition and the role he can that Dele Momodu, he dismissed Dele Momodu as inconsequential and the coalition and the Nigerian politics, and he said so many things that Dele Momodu felt offended, and he demanded for right of reply. So he had to appear on Channels television to set the record straight as he knows it. But in setting the record straight, he told Nigerians how much Nyesom Wike allegedly paid each delegate of the PDP to emerge candidates. Yet, despite that huge amount of $30,000, Atiku triumphed. How much did Atiku pay? Which now brings us into the contest. How much can Peter Obi pay? How much can Amaechi pay to be able to outdollar Atiku at the ADC primaries? That is the $1 million question. That is why this coalition, people are calling it Atiku coalition. I saw Peter Obi struggling to defend that it's not Atiku coalition, but I'm happy that the man who ran with him in 2023 is telling the world, and I'm sure that Peter Obi is also aware of it. I hope they have their plan B, that when Atiku takes over ADC, they have to move on and contest on their own and leave Atiku to run with his own. Since Atiku is insisting he must contest, even though he was aware that the whole nation believed that the power should be in the south, even in 2027 until 2031, and he's throwing himself into the ring, saying he must contest. That is my take. I don't know what you think about Datti Baba-Ahmed raise of alarm that Atiku does merciless primaries. Peter Obi and Amaechi cannot stand. Whatever it is you think, let's hear from you at the comment section. Thank you for watching this video, and if you are new to my channel, you have not yet subscribed to my channel, please subscribe to my channel, hit the subscription button, hit the notification bell. When you subscribe to my channel and hit the notification bell, anytime I have a new video, you'll be among the first to know. God bless you, and please don't forget to like this video, because when you like it, God will rank it high and recommend it for more people. Thank you, and God bless you and yours.